It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay then, this is Gunstar Super Heroes on the GBA, being played on a Retrospecs 32 so I can display it on my telly. I've never played this before. I played Gunstar Hit. We're going for easy. I played Gunstar Heroes on the Mega Drive and find it incredibly impressive, but kind of rock hard because I'm a wuss. And with that game, there was always an element of I don't know what I'm doing, and I expect there's going to be a good deal of that, particularly as I wasn't just reading whatever all of that was. So okay, perhaps punch these people, shoot them, something. Yeah, that'll do. The thing with this Retrospecs 32 is the buttons, you don't have shoulder buttons. You got like a, ooh, okay. It's like a SNES button layout, which is not, strictly speaking, ideal. So there's a good deal of me pressing the wrong button. Go, okay. So that button, that, ooh. I don't know. So that doesn't seem like a good button. We'll just keep doing that. Oh, get over there. Yeah, that. Give me that. How do I pick it up? Don't know. Oh, that was cool. Not really getting the gist of it. Button mashing, really. Do not know. But liking it. But this was very much a factor of Gunstar Heroes on the Mega Drive when I was playing it. I didn't know what I was doing with that. I don't know what I'm doing with this. It doesn't seem to matter too much. Button mash. Give me that. Can I have that? Do I have to grab it, or does it just go in there automatically? Don't know. Go. We'll go. We'll go this way. What's this? Looks like Magneto. Maybe not. Magneto on steroids. General Grey. You're too late. I already acquired the data I needed. Now I shall awaken the God of Ruin, gold and silver. What? The Destructor? Ha ha ha, I'm sure. Okay. I don't care about backstories or front stories or side stories or any other stories. I just want to punch people and stuff. Is that good, jumping up and punching them, or should I shoot them? Don't know. Spot G. G-spot? Didn't strike me as that kind of game. What is going on here? Just shoot the thing. Grab the other things. I think I probably lost a life there, but I'm not sure. It's all so random and frantic and things. I do like the GBA hardware, its ability to throw sprites around. It's... apart from the low resolution nature of it, which you would expect given screen technology at the time, there are aspects of it that, to my ridiculous brain, feel a little Neo Geo-ish. I mean, Metal Slug on the, was it Metal Slug Advance? It does a really good approximation of Metal Slug on fairly ancient hardware. given that the Neo Geo was an absolute sprite handling powerhouse, I think the GBA does a really good job with sprites. It's I actually still think it's the best dedicated handheld that's not an emulation system. You know, you can take your Nintendo DS's and 3DS's and whatever, and your PSPs and your all of that, and I found as the games got bigger and more fancy with more depth, they were less suited to playing on the go, though perhaps their batteries last longer because this thing just died. Yeah, so I've always found the quality of the games on the GBA to be perfect for playing on the go. Do make sure you've got fresh batteries in the more that you've charged them first. I will end there, obviously, but that is Gunstar Super Heroes on the GBA. I like it a lot. It's fun. Thank you for watching. Hello. Today's question for Q&A is from Lee Price. Link to his channel down there. Got quite a few questions from Lee for the following weeks and months and whatever, which is cool. For Q&A, what would your... what? What? Edit. For Q&A, what would be your gaming desert island discs? Either games or soundtracks. And what luxury item would you take? And I asked a question, what do you mean? That's 8 discs or cartridges containing games or soundtrack, meaning game soundtrack or music in general. I asked, didn't get an answer. So I'm gonna, well, you'll see what I do anyway. Also, I kind of ignored whether it was cartridge or disc because there's a couple of arcade cabinets in there as well. I'm cheating. I don't care. Deal with it. I did have to think about it. Plus 1 luxury item and 1 book. Okay. Some of these are obvious and some of them maybe not. I did have to think about it. I have written them down. My God, preparation. Something wrong here. I've got them written in an order, but it's not... the order is irrelevant. It's just the order I thought of them. Number 1, it's probably going to be kind of obvious, Grand Theft Auto 5. Reason being, apart from that it's a brilliant game, I like big sandbox games where when you finish the story you can still play them and there are still things to do, and it's a world. It's somewhere where you can interact and sort of have a life, if you like, in a virtual world. I used to do this with Grand Theft Auto 4. There was a time in my life when I wouldn't say lonely, I was living a solitary life and enjoying it. I'm kind of doing that now, really. But it was just like, I wasn't interacting with real people in the real world much, so I interacted with the people in the game and then killed them. But yeah, I like that. It's just it's just a way of sitting and exploring and hitting people and having some kind of weird life while your own life is very minimalist. And if you're on a desert island, that would probably be a good thing. Number 2, No Man's Sky. Similar, you're not really getting the interaction with characters, but it's vast. It is repetitive, but I actually don't mind that. Saying that, I've not actually played it for a few weeks. I think I've reached about 70 hours in the game, and I did that in a space of about 3 weeks. I got obsessed, and all I did, it was like, go to work, come home, play the game, do a video, but you know, it's weird actually. I stopped dead for reasons that I can't remember what it was. Something or other. I hit a point and it was like, no, I bought a new spaceship, and then it was like, noisy bastards. Lost my train of thought then. Yeah, but it's one of those I will pick up again. And I think if you're stuck on a desert island, you want something expansive that will soak up the hours, and that game really does, in a way that I don't think any video game has done for me since the original Elite. A game where I can play non-stop for like 8 hours, only stopping for food and the toilet and whatnot. That takes something pretty special. Number 3. Okay, my island has got Wi-Fi. It's that limited kind of Wi-Fi that isn't allowing me to call for help and say, get me out of here, I'm not a celebrity. But it allows me to play Battlefield 4. That's kind of pretty handy on an island, isn't it? Yeah, because you can play your video games all you like, but when you're playing against computer-controlled players, NPCs, whatever you like, it gets kind of predictable and you learn their behaviours and you can take advantage of that, where if you're playing against real people, you don't know what they're going to do. And some of them are great and kick my ass, and some of them aren't, and I kick their ass. So it's nice for it to be a bit varied, and you never know what you're going to get. And some people will just do bizarre things. It is funny and amusing to be playing a game and I don't know, rescue a person. You know, someone on your team is just about to get killed and you come up and you rescue them, and then they kind of stand in front of you and jump up and down, and it's like saying, I can see you, you just saved me, thank you. And then they follow you, and you kind of become, even though you've got no audio chat, because I don't have audio enabled, they're your buddy for a little while, and you hang out in the game, and that's fun. Gran Turismo 4. Why that one? Because it's still fun. Gran Turismo 3 for me is the most fun Gran Turismo, but Gran Turismo 4 is bigger. So I would go with that. I mean, why not Gran Turismo 6? Do you know, I don't really know. I think it's like all the stupid updates and everything pissed me off in the end and just put me off the whole thing. And like by now, Gran Turismo Sport, the handling, the physics are fantastic, but the tracks, meh. It's soulless. It really is. Gran Turismo 4 still had soul. It was still fun. It was a little bit overcomplicated. A little bit maybe too big, but I think if you're stuck on a desert island you would appreciate that, so I will go with Gran Turismo 4. Defender, and I suppose it doesn't have to be on the arcade cabinet, but some authentic version of Defender, be it on an arcade compilation. I mean, even the version on the Mega Drive, actually, there's a Williams compilation. But it's got to be fairly authentic, you know, because it's rock hard, and because it's challenging, and because it's fun. It will keep you coming back. It is. I have this set of games that if I've got a little bit of time to waste, I will pick up a handheld and play some classic 8-bit 80s arcade games, and Defender is always in there and it always kicks my ass. And you would think, well, if you can't get very far on it, why play it? Because it kicks my ass and I can't get very far, and I like the challenge. You know, if I can get beyond level 3, I'm thrilled. So yeah, Defender. The obvious one is Star Wars arcade. It's got to be the cabinet. I would prefer the sit-down one, but stand-up will do. It's got to have a proper, well-fettled control yoke thing, because, you know, if they've not been maintained properly, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna need a maintenance chap on the island with me who can fix it when it conks out, because they do. You'd always come to them in the arcades and 1 or 2 or 3 of the buttons weren't working, and there would be like the yoke controller would be sloppy, you know, wouldn't be responding quite right.
So it's got to be maintained, or just a unique one that doesn't go out of tune, if you like. But I would so want that. Who knows, with practice I might be able to get to level 9 again. Number 7, Mario Kart. I am kind of torn over which one, because I love Mario Kart on the SNES, I love Mario Kart Super Circuit, I love Mario Kart Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. I think, is it Mario Kart 7? I think that's what it is. Anyway, the 3DS one, love that. But I also love Double Dash. And I am really torn over which one. I'm probably going to go with the 3DS one. But it's going to have to be one of them. I tell you what it isn't. It's not Mario Kart Wii. Beautiful, beautiful game. But it's a lottery. It doesn't matter if you're good. It doesn't matter if you're shite. You might win, you might not. It's so much down to chance and takes away the relevance of skill. Sometimes I have some and I don't like it to be negated if I'm good. So that to me is a really annoying game. Not Mario Kart 64. I don't really like that one. I mean, I like the first levels, cool, but there are just some tracks on there where I don't know where I'm going, and it's difficult to see where you're meant to be going, and I just run into like a dead end or off the track or something, and sometimes I crash and I feel like it's not my fault. Maybe that's just me, don't know. So yeah, Super Mario Kart or Super Circuit or Double Dash or 7. I haven't played the ones. I played the one on the Wii U, and it seemed really cool, but I haven't played enough of it to know. I haven't played whatever they've got on the Switch. Never played the Switch. Never used one. I think it looks like a very cool piece of kit, but it's not cheap, and I'm not really into Nintendo games that much, and I wouldn't spend that much money just to play Mario Kart. So, number 8. Okay, this is a game I haven't played, but I think you'll understand why. Red Dead Redemption 2, as in why I've chose it, not why I haven't played it. I haven't played it because it's bloody expensive. So when it gets cheaper, I'll buy it. Loved Red Dead Redemption 1. Really loved it. Having seen videos of 2. And I haven't watched too many because I don't want to know what happens, because I'm going to buy it and I'm going to play it. It's beautiful. It is staggeringly beautiful. And, you know, open world, sandbox, beautiful scenery. I imagine if it plays anything like the original one, and with that GTA 5 kind of thing, in that you can live some kind of life in that virtual world, yeah, I want some of that, and I think that would be a cool thing to take on an island. Luxury item, my phone. Because, and here's why I haven't picked any soundtracks or music or whatnot, I won't say my entire music collection, but the entirety of my music collection that I really like, because you can't like every track on an album, is on my phone. So I would want that, because you gotta have music. Life without music would not be worth living. I sometimes think, and people, it's a question that people ask people, would you rather be blind or deaf? And that would be a really difficult one, because I can imagine it functioning in life without your hearing. You can still see, you can still do stuff, and you know if you're going to walk into a wall or not. But where is the joy without music? That would be horrible. So yes, my phone for the music. I imagine I can't get a cell signal from the island, so I can't call for rescue. Books. I sat and pondered this, and it was like, do I want something for entertainment? Because I will read a book twice, but if I'm stuck on an island for years and years and years, I'm not going to read it that often. It's going to get boring. So, SAS Survival Guide. I've got a little pocket book. It's about that big. And it's full of all the information you would need to survive on a desert island or wherever. It doesn't quite have zombie survival tips, but I'm presuming there are no zombies on this island, but you know, it's a cool book to have. Have I read it cover to cover? I might have actually, but I mean, it's one of those things you don't need to. You refer to it when you have a need, perhaps. Good thing to have around. I have it no, it's in my Armageddon box that sits in the boot of my car for that time when the zombies attack or whatever, apocalyptic flood. Head for the hills, and there's everything you need in. It's mostly camping stuff, but it's got the SAS survival guide in there in a plastic bag in case of water. Because who would want water? Yeah, that was a fun question to answer, and I hope it answered your question adequately. As I always say, if you've got a question you would like answering in a video like this, just leave your question in the comments below. Start it with for Q&A, so I know to write it down and answer it in a video and not just answer it in the comments. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you for watching.
Right, hit the subscribe button or I'm getting naked on camera. Go on, do it. Right, you asked for it. Ah, you asked for it. Ha, 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 oh.